Hello there, and welcome to the Stay Off My Lawn podcast, where we'll have a little fun, lots of laughs, and discussions on the common sense that needs to be applied to a lot of today's world news issues. And now, the disclaimer. Stay Off My Lawn is not intended as legal, medical, or financial advice. Void where prohibited. No purchase necessary to win. Open to legal U.S. residents 18 or over in the contiguous 48 states. Any resemblance to anyone living or deceased is purely coincidental. Actual price may vary. Only use as directed. Not a member of FDIC. And now, here are your hosts, Mike and Richard.
Okay, welcome to this week's edition of Stay Off My Lawn. It's Thanksgiving week 2023, and it's episode 44. So welcome to our Thanksgiving special. So, as you may guess, this week will be a little bit different. No politics, no making fun of politicians. And while I'll miss that, we actually have something very special in store for you. We have lots of friends, family, faithful listeners to the show on today that will be talking about what they're thankful for, including Richard and I. We also have a great story from Richard about a Thanksgiving from a few decades ago, but it's a very unique story and something I'm sure you'll enjoy. But first, I'd like to kick it off with some audio from arguably, in my opinion, the funniest sitcom episode ever. Now, if you know this famous episode, close your eyes and remember the scenes in your head. Or if you've never heard of this or seen this before, go to YouTube and just search out the WKRP Turkey Drop. This specifically is an edited version. It makes it about 3.5 minutes long, but there's a full version on there, and it will make your day. Some of the best television ever, and it came from the 70s. Who would have guessed? So anyway, here is Dr. Johnny Fever, Mr. Carlson, and Les Nessman at their very, very best.
All right, fellow babies, and now it's time to go to our live remote man on the scene at the Pinedale Shopping Mall for the big WKRP turkey giveaway. So, take it away, Les Nessman.
This is Les Nessman, your man on the scene here at the Pinedale Shopping Center where the excitement is mounting. We're here to witness the big WKRP turkey Thanksgiving giveaway.
Hey, you got permission to be out here?
What?
You're blocking my store here, buddy.
Don't you know who I am?
Huh?
I'm Les Nessman. I won the Buckeye News Hawk Award last year.
Good for you, Buckeye. Now get out of my doorway.
I'm sorry. Creep.
So far, so good, huh?
I'm here with hundreds of people who have gathered to witness what has been described as perhaps the greatest turkey event in Thanksgiving Day history. All we know for sure is
That in a very few moments there are going to be a lot of happy people out here. Now the crowd is curious but well behaved. And I think I hear something now. The crowd is moving out into the parking area. And oh yes, I can see it now. It's a helicopter. And it's coming this way.
A helicopter?
It's flying something behind it. I can't quite make it out. It's a large banner, and it says, Happy Thanksgiving from
WKRP.
What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object, perhaps a skydiver, plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet.
Those can't be skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Oh, Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! Johnny, this is terrible. The
Others running around, pushing each other. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the humanity. Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. See, folks, I don't know how much longer the crowd is running for their lives. I think I'm going to step inside. I can't stay out here and watch this any longer. No, I can't go in there.
Children are searching for their mothers, and not since the Hindenburg tragedy has there been anything like this. I don't know how much longer I can hold my position here, Johnny. The crowd...
Les, are you there? Les isn't there. thanks for that on-the-spot report, lass. For those of you who just tuned in, the Pinedale Shopping Mall has just been bombed with live turkey. Film at 11.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
All right. Maybe I will suggest you go watch video on YouTube of Mr. Carlson when he said, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly." It's fantastic. So anyway, Richard and I reached out to a bunch of family, friends, former guests, loyal listeners. I actually see these fantastic people as all of the above. They are like family to Richard and I. Everybody's been so positive and so supportive since we started this podcast back in January now. But anyway, we asked them to record something that they're thankful for this Thanksgiving. I think a thankful heart is a happy heart, and I think there's plenty of evidence for that. So in no particular order, here is what a few of the Stay Off My Lawn family is thankful for.
I am thankful for my family. My mom passed last year, right after Thanksgiving. So she was the last of my side of the family. My parents are both gone. My sister's gone. But I am thankful for my wife, my daughters. I'm thankful for my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, former Disney voiceover family. I am thankful for you all, and I look forward to all of our interactions every day.
Hey everybody, this is your voiceover artist Monique Tangway coming to you from next door in Canada, where the weather is mild and most days soggy. But what I'm really thankful for is the pure taste of maple syrup for my homemade pancakes from all those wonderful trees in Quebec. Even though the cost now has tripled due to suspicious fires happening all at once in Quebec. Nothing to see there. Oh, I mean, due to the cost of fuel from the JT carbon tax. No, I'm sorry. He's doing a great job as a puppet. What I meant to say is all those terrible gas-guzzling trucks that tried to bring our freedoms back while burning the midnight oil, dancing in the streets, and feeding the homeless. Yeah, freedom. What were they thinking? They should have vehicles that are on electric charging stations for 12 hours to help rip our planet apart and give the people of other nations a chance to gain 5 cents from their 8 hours of dangerous digging of cobalt. No, sorry. That's not right. I'm sorry again. Where was I? Oh, yes. Thankfulness. Yes, I am thankful for the free speech we have here in Canada, where we can point out what is terribly wrong with our country. No, wait a minute. We don't have that either. Right. Oh yes, thankful that it's our news media is where we find all the information and stories that our media is telling us with truth. No, wait a minute. That's not right either due to Bill C-18, where most of it is now scratched out and there's only one narrative. Yeah. You know what though, but honestly folks, what I'm truly thankful for is Mike and Richard, sharing their views on the world around them and having a great sense of humor while they ask everyone to stay off their lawn. That's right, folks. Be thankful, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, may peace be within you, and keep the joy inside your soul as we venture through this awakening times. All the best.
What's up, Mike and Richard? Brad Storm here, and Stay Off My Lawn, Thanksgiving edition. What am I thankful for? Well, I'm thankful for my mom battling her heart out and beating her lung cancer into oblivion. I'm also thankful for my 9-year-old daughter, who makes me laugh and puts a smile on my face when the skies are gray. And I'm thankful for my wife, who is easygoing, smart, hardworking, and just my best friend. So yeah, you guys keep kicking butt. Happy Thanksgiving to you, and I'll talk to you soon.
My name's Renee Tate, and I'm from Evans, Georgia. This year, I'm especially thankful for 3 beautiful granddaughters, the last of which to be born in January of 2024. Our first granddaughter, Selah Rose, was diagnosed at 21 weeks gestation with a condition called CDH. This required her to be referred to a specialist, and they referred us to Texas Children's Hospital, where at 3 days old, they performed a surgery to repair a hernia that allowed her intestines and her stomach to move up into her chest cavity. I'm grateful to report that she went for her follow-up last month, and she is doing amazing. All glory to God. Our second granddaughter was just born on November 15th and had a slight touch of jaundice. And of course, with 2 days in the hospital and treatment from those physicians, she is doing well also. We're still looking for prayer for our granddaughter that's going to be born in January. And I just know that we are grateful to God and so thankful that our family is increasing, especially with these blessings of these little girls.
Hey guys, this is Marty from St. Louis, Missouri, and I have got so much to be thankful for. Waking up every morning with my lovely wife, especially the waking up every morning part. I'm thankful for my friends and family, my children, my grandchildren, and I'm thankful for Mike and Richard for doing this show. I hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving, and always remember, stay off my lawn.
Good morning, Mike, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your listeners. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share what I'm thankful for. I've been spending some time thinking about it, and I think the overwhelming theme of my thankfulness is God's faithfulness. Just a short while ago, I was a single mom for 11 years, and raised 2 boys by myself mostly, the mom and the dad, and been through some really, really hard times where all I had was God to cling to. And now this year, God has just done such a transformation, not only in my life, but in the lives of my boys. Now I'm married to a man that loves me, loves my children, loves God. I have 2 boys that are walking with the Lord. One of my boys is very bold about his faith, thinking now that he wants to be possibly a missionary, possibly a preacher. He's going to YWAM next year. And if you knew my child a year and a half ago, you'd have said, not possible. He wasn't walking with the Lord. Drugs, alcohol, sex. It was awful. It broke my heart. But God has done something so miraculous, transformative in his life. And I'm just brought to tears when I think about God's faithfulness, God's overwhelming plan when we feel like it's hopeless. Don't be out of hope. Don't be hopeless, because God has a plan. He sees the big picture, and he's always working. Even when we feel like it's dark and dismal, he's always at work. He's always faithful. And I'm just so, so grateful for the many ways he's shown his faithfulness to me, to my children, to my husband. And despite the ugliness in the world around us, God is good and God is faithful. So have a happy Thanksgiving, Mike, and to all your listeners, and keep your eyes on Jesus.
Hello, my name is David. What I'm thankful for is my Heavenly Father looking after me all these years.
Hey, it's Kendra Rains. Mike and Richard asked me to tell you some things I'm thankful for today. So I'm thankful for their friendship, first of all. So thanks, guys, for making me laugh so often. Thankful for their friendship. One of the biggest things that I would say I am thankful for is my marriage. I spent a big portion of my life in a marriage that was very unhappy. And so to meet and marry the man of my dreams 13 and a half years ago, I just never knew it could be like this. And my marriage is beyond words amazing. We are a wonderful team. He has lifted me up and helped me to become the strong woman that I am. He gave me confidence that I never knew because he believed in me so much. How could I not believe in me? And so he has made me a better person, and I believe I've made him a better person. And my husband is my very best friend, and I am so thankful to be married to him. I adore him with all my heart, and I know he feels the exact same way about me. So I'm super thankful for my marriage. If you haven't found your person yet, don't lose hope, and hang in there and keep waiting and don't settle. Those are my words for you today on that. I'm also thankful for my 3 adult sons who bring me so much joy, and my 2 perfect grandchildren. If you're a grandparent, you know exactly what I mean. At 52 years old, I gotta say I'm thankful for good health. I just ran my very first 10K, and I could not be more proud that I did that at 52 years old. So I'm super thankful for good health. And finally, I'm thankful that I live in an area surrounded by nature. That's super important to me, and I love getting outside every single day and love being surrounded by so many trees and just such a beautiful landscape. It's absolutely a blessing to me. I'm super thankful every single day of the year, not just around Thanksgiving. I've made this a daily practice in my life, and it really has changed my mindset. So I encourage you to do that too. What are you thankful for today?
Good day. This is Jim, and I was asked, what are you thankful for? First and foremost, my family, especially my wife. She is my rock, and she keeps me grounded always. I am thankful for the continued success of my business, and last but not least, my friends that are like family, and that I can always count on them no matter what.
Hi, my name's Charlie Toro, and what I'm thankful for is Get Off My Lawn podcast. And of course, God allowing me to wake up with COPD every day. Thank you. I've learned my lesson.
Hi there, Domingo here, and I am grateful for having love in my life. That's always a good thing, and support of friends and family. I'm also grateful the fact that I've lived my life through my creative outlets, making a living doing creative stuff. And that's never been lost on me. I appreciate it, and it helps to make me a happy person. And in turn, I can share this happiness with others. So, how's that sound? Thanks for hearing me out. Speak to you soon.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm Charmaine Davies, and I live in the United Kingdom. Now, here in the UK, we don't actually celebrate Thanksgiving, but this has given me the opportunity to reflect on what I am thankful for. Firstly, I'm really thankful for all my friends. I've got a fabulous group of friends all around the world they are, and we're a lovely support network for each other, and we all have a good laugh as well, which I'm really thankful for. Secondly, I'm really thankful for my mum. She's put up with me through thick and thin, and she's always there for me, so I'm very grateful and thankful for that. Finally, I'm very, very grateful and thankful for my followers on social media, because without them, I'd just be a crazy lady ranting to myself. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving wherever you are.
Hey everybody, Jamie Roberts here, Chattanooga radio personality, wishing you a happy Thanksgiving. I was asked, what am I thankful for? Well, that would be family, friends, and the opportunity to live in the land of the free and the home of the brave. So once again, happy Thanksgiving. Drive safely.
Hi, this is Richard Durrington of the Stay Off My Lawn podcast and the announcer on the Free Range Preacher on Prayer podcast, heard in 57 countries and nearly 19,000 downloads. You'll be hearing from the host on that, Fred, in just a bit. What I'm grateful for. My lovely bride of 48 years that has stayed through thick and thin. She's been with me through the good times and the bad times. My wonderful family, my 3 daughters and 2 wonderful son-in-laws, 2 adult granddaughters, 2 wonderful grandsons, and 1 great-granddaughter. Yes, I'm that old. Being very healthy. Now, when you're younger, they say, well, you know, if you got your health, oh, it's true as you get older. I'm doing pretty darn good for my age. And my terrific friends. I have some wonderful people that I get to see, enjoy, and be around in through voiceover, like Mike and several of the people in the voiceover community that have been just wonderful, wonderful people to get to know, and I call them my friends. Some of my friends are 20 years, some are less. But being blessed to work with Mike every week and have the fun we have. And being able to entertain seniors and do my voiceover in retirement, which has given me friends literally all over the world. It has been wonderful. I couldn't be more blessed. May you and yours have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
My name is Fred, and this is the Thanksgiving season, and I am thankful, and I thought quite a bit about what I am thankful for this year. And in truth, I am thankful for Mike and Richard and the podcast there. I'm thankful that I am able to have a laugh each week about things that would normally drive me crazy or that do drive me crazy. And I am thankful about that. But when I got a little bit serious, I am really thankful for my family. Us old guys know, as we've gotten older, how precious and how much it means to have a family. I call mine my heritage. And you younger people, younger men, believe us when we tell you the most important thing as you get older. So thank you. Thank you, Jesus, for my whole family. And thank you, Richard and Mike, for making me smile.
All right. Well, don't be confused. A few people said, get off my lawn instead of stay off my lawn. It is stay off my lawn. Our first choice was get off my lawn, but I think there was 2 different podcasts that already had that name, and we just, I didn't want to go down that road. I suppose I could have, since there were already 2 of them. I'm pretty sure there was 2 of them. But, that just gets murky. So anyway, I guess it's my turn to tell you what I'm thankful for. Of course, like everybody else, I'm thankful for my family, my hardworking son, my hardworking daughter-in-law, the 2 beautiful grandbabies they brought into this world this year, Rosemary and Eleanor. And, I just couldn't ask for anything better as far as granddaughters go. We get to spend time with them. We get to watch them sometimes when work schedules get mixed. And I'm sure that I'm late to the grandparent game, so it's all new to me. So pardon me for being a little bit too excited about having grandbabies, and I didn't think I was going to be this way. But again, surprise. But like Kendra and I'm extremely Kendra and Jim and Mike, and there was a bunch of people that said this. I'm extremely thankful for my lovely bride of 34 years. She has not only just been my best friend, but, when things kind of go off the rails a little bit and when things kind of get difficult or uncomfortable or whatever, that's kind of where you start to appreciate how good they actually are. Not that I didn't appreciate her before, but I think that there's a newfound appreciation and some of you may not know, about 1.5 years ago, I had another surprise diagnosis of esophageal cancer. About 1.5 years ago, it was April of 2022. And, when it came to chemotherapy and radiation, chemo's every Wednesday morning. It was a couple hours of them pumping poisonous crap into my bloodstream. And she sat there with me for 2.5 hours while all that happened. Then, of course, radiation was Monday through Friday at 3:30 in the afternoon every flipping day. And she was there with me every time I had to go down for radiation. Now, a lot of times that radiation appointment took 10 minutes. And so I could have gone by myself very easily. It wouldn't have mattered, but she wanted to go with me. And her wanting to be there with me throughout all that meant more to me, I think, than she even realized. But, like I said, that's kind of where the rubber meets the road. You start to realize how good of a spouse you actually, picked out. Or she picked me out. I don't know who picked. I think I picked her out. We'll argue about that. So anyway, I'm just grateful for her. And of course, we've got more testing going on at the moment. I won't get into any of the gory details until we know what the results are and everything. So, and maybe I'll tell you on the podcast. Maybe I won't. I don't like to put this out there all the time. Whenever people tend to talk about their medical stuff on social media or wherever, and this is just my being weird. I'm weird in so many ways. It's just one of the vast and various ways that I'm weird. But normally when I see people do that, I'm thinking, what's wrong with you? You just doing it for attention. And that's just me. I just think it's just not my thing. I'll put it that way. But I also want to, most importantly, be thankful for Jesus and his sacrifice to where I don't have to have any fear. And I think that's part of the reason why throughout this whole last 1.5 years, I have slept like a baby. I have not lost a minute of sleep worrying about what's going to happen or what's down the road for me, or is tomorrow going to be worse than today? And I just haven't had that fear. And, I am certainly, and you've heard me say this on the podcast before, I am certainly not going to be confused with a brawny paper towel guy. I'm not Mr. Tough Guy. But I will say that fearlessness is in me. And I believe that a lot of that comes from your faith in Jesus and the Father, that, whatever he has in store. It's like when you're a kid, you get in the car, your dad or your mom or both say, get in the car, we're headed somewhere. And you get in the car. You don't even know where you're going. You're 8 years old. You have no idea where you're going, but you get in the car anyway because you trust them. In the same aspect, you get in the car called life, and because you trust where your Heavenly Father is going to take you. And I have that trust, and it's a supernatural thing. I can't explain it, but I have no fear going forward, and whatever may come. If I'm on the planet another 50 years or not, I'm good either way. So I'm just so grateful for that fearlessness that has been given to me. I cannot take any credit for that, just like I can't take credit for my faith. You look at Ephesians 2, verse 8. I cannot even take credit for the faith that I have. That has all been a gift. And there's just been a lot of great gifts in my life, and I can't complain about really. I've got no complaints about anything. And plus my life has just turned out so much better than I would have ever imagined, being the kid in Florida that grew up in that tiny house. And there's just, I thought I was going to struggle all my life. I thought things were going to be, hand to mouth. And it was for a while until I turned about 30 and things turned around. And, with God's help, I made some good decisions, and, things have just turned out so much better than I would have imagined. So I'm very grateful. We would like to round out the show with a true, and of course, all the best stories are true, aren't they? Thanksgiving story from the great storyteller himself, Richard. This is a story from way back in 1979. A true story. It's got a lot of ins and outs. You need to listen closely. A lot of twists and turns. So here is Richard's Thanksgiving story from 1979.
The story you're about to hear is true. None of the names are made up because I didn't mention any of them. I'm the only one in this story that you know who it is. This is the story of the thrice-cooked turkey. This happened about 44 years ago in 1979. Ah, yes. The wife and I were married about 4 years at this time, and we had just gone through the whole process of 20-something-year-old kids who got their own first house. Was it big? No, but by gum, it was our house. A whopping 900-some square foot, 3 tiny bedrooms, 1 bath, and a single-car garage. But it was ours. So we were so proud of our new house that we thought we would invite my wife's family, consisting of her mother and dad and 3 siblings that were still living at home. Now, when we first got this new house, it did not come with a stove or a refrigerator. We found a fridge to buy and put into the house. Was a used one, but it worked great for us. We were very fortunate, and this will come into play later, that my father-in-law spent 20 years in the Air Force, and then, because they still lived near an air base, he spent another nearly 20 years in civil service. He was in the department that repaired things for the housing and their appliances and all that kind of stuff. Well, as luck would have it, they were taking out all of the old stoves and stuff and updating some of the base housing. He got us a stove as a housewarming gift. I think he said he paid $25 for it, which was awesome, and gave us this stove. But not only did we get the stove, we got an entire box of parts, which you don't get that when you buy it from an appliance store very often, that's for sure. We invited them down, and they were to come down to our house. And because there was going to be a fair amount of us, we decided we would get a bird that was pretty close to 20 pounds. We got up early in the morning. It's always been, I don't know why, it just always has been my job to cook the turkeys, get them prepared, put them in the oven, all that stuff. So I did all that, got it ready, got the mirepoix ready, put the bird in the roasting pan, all that good stuff, and got it all in there. And it'd been cooking. Now, this bird needed to cook somewhere close to 5 hours. And then you have resting time, so, 5.5, whatever, before it's ready to eat. It had been in the oven, not quite 2 hours, and got out the old turkey baster and was going to suck some of the juice and put it over top of the turkey because that was still a thing at the time. And I opened that oven door and there she went, just like there was a little man in there with a cutting torch on that bottom heating element. Just went up in flames and separated. Yikers. Turned the power off quick, shut off the stove, let it cool down, and then went, wait a minute. I think there was a heating element in that box of parts. I never really looked at it. It was a box, had a bunch of stove parts. I go out there. Guess what? On Thanksgiving Day, I had a new heating element. I'm not touching that thing while it's blistering hot. So the bird set out, probably close to an hour. All cooled down, put the new heating element in, fire that puppy up 400 and something so that it would burn off whatever crap is on a new heating element. That all went away. Then we put the turkey back in the oven. So it was out maybe an hour and 15, 20 minutes. All right, we're on cook number 2. It was in the oven about another 2 hours. We'd gotten a hold of the in-laws earlier and said, yeah, you don't need to come down quite as early. We kind of had an issue, but I got it all fixed. We're good to go. They were headed down. They lived about an hour and a half away. They were on their way down. No big deal. No cell phones in the day. They're on their way, and all of a sudden, we're working away on stuff, and it's been in there about another 2 hours. I was going to do some more basting, and before I could even start the basting, pew, no power. Not just at my house, the little small town we lived in. Too many ovens were on all at once, and we had no power for, it was around an hour and a half, something like that. So after an hour and a half of it setting out, the power all comes back on. Yay, rah. Here we are, number 3 with a bullet. Put that puppy back in, turn it back on. I left it in the oven, so it was staying good and warm this time, but after an hour or so, the oven's getting cooled down. Here we go. Fire that puppy back up, and up she goes, and we get her done cooking. It's finally up to the temperatures it needs to be, about 160-something in the breast and 175-ish or so in the thigh. We're good to go. Get that puppy out. We're about 2.5 hours late from when we were going to eat. And we got it all taken care of, and that was done. And the next day, well, there was a problem. My mother-in-law said she wasn't feeling very well, and one of the wife's siblings did not also feel well the next day. We were fine. We didn't have any problem. We all ate the same thing, so I don't think they got food poisoning. But my father-in-law seemed to be fine, but that's the first and only time in all the times they were alive that we ever had Thanksgiving at our house with them. You know, it wasn't all bad. We did have a good time, and it's made for a wonderful story over the last 44 years. So I hope you enjoyed the story of the thrice-cooked turkey. Yep, we cooked her 3 times and ate it up. Take care, folks, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Well, 2 takeaways. I guess you can't cook turkey too much. And of course, the other takeaway is Richard is a great storyteller. That's fantastic. Well, that kind of does it for our Thanksgiving special. We hope that you enjoyed everyone's contribution, the funny ones, the heartfelt ones. Special thanks to those who contributed as Jamie Roberts, Jim Baldwin, Monique Tangway, Mike Lynch, Kendra Rains, Charlie Toro, Renee Tate, Domingo Castillo, Laura Elizabeth, Marty Kopp, David Reed, Charmaine Davies, Brad Storm, Fred Ginther, and Jeff Metzler. Oh, and I have one more thing before we go. I'm thankful for my radio imaging partner, Kendra Rains, who you heard from earlier. She's a pro. She's a wonderful person in every way, and I'm glad to call her my imaging partner. You can find our site that we promote our radio imaging business at GatorBiteStudios.com. I also want to tell you that I'm thankful for Richard, one of the best podcast partners and friends you could ask for, and more about that podcast is at StayOffMyLawn.us. So we'll return to our normal scheduled programming next week, making fun of all the politicians that we can find clips for. So between now and then, folks, just turn off your phone, enjoy your family, even if they're terrible socialist people. They need love too. So hang in there, enjoy it, and we will see you next week, folks.
Well, we had fun and hope you did too. The opinions heard here today are not those of anyone other than Mike and Richard. If it made you laugh or go, or even, then we've done our job. Sort of. Mostly anyway. And if we made you think about things in a common sense manner, we welcome you to the club. And if it didn't, then just stay off my lawn. See you next time.